nice large swing. And that large swing is generally referred to as gangora, as we make that. And that large swing becomes the beginning of helicopters. So as I'm here, framed in, I'm gonna make that swing, just gonna switch my hips to the opposite side. And then what I wanna do is I wanna come up onto my knee as I make that transition. So I'm gonna take that leg, swing, and then come up on my knee. Now, as I collapse back down, I'm gonna swing and make the transition to the other side. So get your helicopter going. So once one leg starts to go, then the other leg. Notice I'm not crossing my feet are open. We refer to basically this position. Anytime my feet are kind of coming together, we've been basically referring to that as an open triangle or an open senkaku. Okay, so don't close it. Keep them separate. Hand's gonna be up. Push on your hand, push on your foot, and draw back. Okay. So basically, essentially, yeah, everything we do it's using the same motion for multiple purposes. Okay, this is our technical stand. So when my hand is on the ground, I'm up, I'm pulling my knee back to my hand so that I can literally pull my hand up without losing my balance. Then I can go pretty much wherever I like. When we go down, I mean, this is, in many instances, that little slide, if I just go in reverse, if I was here and slide my knee in, I mean, that's a baseball slide. That's a lot of different variations, so you can practice it both ways. So we're up, slide back, and up, and then we can come back down, go to the other side, come up, notice my knee comes back to my hand, and then we can slide it back down. Again, both directions. All right, so when I'm in, it's not uncommon for them when they're trying to pass guard, they'll pretty much choose one foot. I'm gonna play. Okay, once I'm ready, okay, I'm going to take my hips, okay, with my feet. I'm kind of using my hips. So when my hips become pliable, like making that little sit-up, this leg, remember that motion that we were doing, this leg becomes the pendulum that gets me in motion. Okay, so once I get a little bit of an elevation, this foot, so as it turns, watch my hips. So as it comes in, it goes, hooks his leg, I hook onto his knee, and plaster my ear to the inside of his thigh. Okay? At that moment in time, I need to protect my neck so that if Hans tries to do something, I need to make it difficult for him. It's not impossible. There are ways to get to anything that you want, everywhere that you want, so don't think that when you put yourself into a position that you're untouchable. Okay? There's always a way to get something. All we're gonna do is we're just minimizing what's possible. Okay? So again, I'm in, he's putting that pressure, when I'm playing with hips or whatever. Okay? Slight elevation, my hips turn to their side so that this one can hook. As this one comes off, I make my connection, okay? And my hand is posted to the ground. So now what I'm gonna do is our technical stand that we just did. I'm hooked to his leg, my chest and my ear is gonna push forward into his leg, but I'm gonna pull backwards. So as I'm here, okay, I make my connection and then pull to bring him down. It's a weird sensation. My chest is connected to his leg, so his hips can't come forward, but I'm taking his leg and pulling it out from underneath him. It's not, and this is what makes it feels weird. I'm not just hooking onto his ankle and pushing him forward. I'm literally taking his ankle and pulling it backwards. That's our technical stand. When I'm here, this leg goes back, okay? But my chest stays forward. So as his leg tucks up underneath me, that creates the drop. It's kind of weird. When you have it done to you, it feels very odd. It's unlike any other throw or takedown or whatever, because it literally does, for a brief moment in time, almost feels weightless in that situation. So we can do it a couple different ways. we can start connected already here, and then do our technical stand to bring them down, and then when that feels good, then go to our open guard, and then drop swing in to make the connection, and then make the stand, okay? This is the advice I told my son ever since, God, I don't know, Christian was like maybe 8 years old, trying to slam the car door and it's not closing. If you have to force it, you're not doing it right, okay? Like when he's taking the car door, slamming it, and it's not closing all the way. I'm like, dude, that door works properly. Let's check it. There's probably something that's in the way. Let's get rid of it. It's advice that's actually served very well over time, especially in jiu-jitsu when you're first learning techniques. Unless your partner's resisting, it shouldn't feel like you have to work that hard. Now, obviously, if they are resisting, then your work has to raise up. But in just drilling, there is no resistance. So if I hit the position and I do it well, okay, it feels pretty easy. So again, no resistance. I lift up, slingshot my way in. Soon as I make my connection, my whole body now, belly all the way up to my head is super tight. Then we pull and go into our single leg. And then at that point, when he drops, we're now playing an open guard game with him on his back instead of me on my back. If he doesn't drop, that's next. All right, let's go back and forth. 1, 2, 3. Double legs are amazing takedowns, but doubles are pretty much from standing. We shoot straight for the legs, and when it fails, we transition into other stuff. It's a great ending, but as a beginning, doubles are tough. The thing I like about single legs is, just like when we did our technical stand or baseball slides and things of that nature, it's one and the same. They're the same thing, you're just reversing directions. Single legs are as much a way to get up as they are a way to put them down. Okay? Because once I can gain control of you and your base and your ability to push into me, okay, if you don't go down, it's not that big of a deal. I prefer you go down the first time I ask you, but if you don't, okay, single legs are a great way to be able to wrestle up and use that leg as a way to keep them off balance and then continue your way. So we already know in slow motion, okay, no stress, no pressure and the like, okay, this is the best time. This is when you should have the most success. And even then, we still have a little bit of failure while we're learning, especially while we're learning. But even the best still flub things up. I mean, we still make mistakes even in the best of. I mean, how many times do you like look and you've made a stupid math mistake? Something that literally you could do 1,000,000 times and be relatively correct. But because we try to rush it, or hustle or whatever, we look at it and go, oh man, that was such a dumb mistake. I know 2 + 2. I know that. No, it's not very obvious. But again, even in drilling, we can make small mistakes, even if we've done it 1,000,000 times. And that's where I like multi-tools. Multi-tools for me, as opposed to dead ends. Dead ends are techniques that typically when I push forward, I go for the technique, and it fails, it usually means that the other person's taking charge. I like multi-tools, where I go for a technique, and when it fails, because I anticipate that in live rolls, it's probably going to fail a lot more than I'm actually successful, that I then have secondary and tertiary ideas to go with it that aren't so foreign that they're pretty quick transactions. So for myself, to be honest with you, I don't anticipate that Hans will fall. I anticipate that he won't. So my goal through here is to simply put it in motion that I'm going to stand. I'm going to make a connection to his leg, and I'm going to put my pressure in, just like we just did, and I'm going to stand. If he falls, fantastic, move is over. But I'm just making the anticipation that he doesn't fall. Okay? We back up what it is we're doing. We don't rely on a single act. We double tap it. We put two down the pipe, that down moment in time. I'm anticipating that the first one's not going to be enough. So when I play at my position, now right through here, there's a shock and awe that right as we're playing, you'd be amazed, man, I catch actually a decent amount of people because they think from here that we've made this weird agreement that we're playing guard. Nobody made this agreement. So we're thinking, oh man, we're gonna come in and I'm gonna start playing all this little And so we play this game like we made this agreement that he's passing my guard and I'm playing guard. No, I'm not. At this point in time, my shields are up. I'm just creating opportunity wherever it lies, okay? So as we're in, bump, 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 we make our connection, and then we go to our technical stand. It's in the name. What are we doing?
Standing.
We're standing. So I'm going to come in, okay? I'm going to make my connection. I'm going to come in. Now this time, I'm deliberately not going to go all the way, or maybe he just literally picks his foot up while I'm going. Oh no. Okay, while he is defending my pressure, I'm standing. Now I'm in on a conventional single leg. Okay, I'm holding onto his leg. His leg is in between mine. It doesn't have to be. We're just using that as a primary, as a basic single leg. My ear is still going to be connected to the inside of that thigh. And my forehead is going to be connected right off his hips. Okay? If we just stand up and get there, golden. We're actually going to be doing really well. Okay? So once I'm in, okay, this is all I care about. Don't worry about going anything further from here. We're just going to get to this position, and now I'm up. So again, the moment I make my transition, I'm making my up, and I'm just going to stand. I don't care what he does. Stand. Throw everything in motion. Again, he falls, he doesn't fall. I don't care. Stand. Stand and have his leg in the process. All right, let's get we connect ourselves to one of the leg opportunity to quote wrestle up. Single legs, like single leg X, things of that nature, wrestle up. You have it. It's an opportunity. Once I'm connected to the leg, okay, it doesn't even have to be that, here it is between my legs. Once I'm connected, we always have that opportunity to make our wrestle up. Okay? And that's one of the reasons why I like single legs, because again, I can go the same and opposite directions with the same technique, forwards or backwards. So I can use the single leg to bring him down, but I can also use a single leg to bring myself up, to give myself that position of control, get him hopping on one leg. It's one of my favorite phrases. One-legged fighters have no defense, because ultimately speaking, if they're using their leg to move, it's dedicated. It has nothing else to do in that moment. Now the other part is, I don't care how much you weigh, I put you on one leg, and I pull. The moment you hop, how much do you weigh?
Nothing.
0. So again, I don't care how much you weigh. It's irrelevant. All I need to do is lift one leg. That is relevant. But I just need to lift one. If I can get one up, then I can create motion. And once you're in motion, every time you hop, you weigh 0. Who did it? Me or you? Okay. Again, the most metal way of jiu-jitsu is I get you to move yourself. I do a small motion to get you to do a big motion. That's work for me, and I get you to do almost everything for me. Okay? So what we're going to do right now is we're going to use that entrance into the single, and then we're going to convert it into a very easy takedown. Okay? And again, very low impact. Remember, when we fall to the ground, do not reach. Don't reach with your elbows. Don't reach with your hands. In this particular one, it's going to feel almost more like you want to sit. So follow that advice. Your body's kind of telling you what you would like to do. So once I have Hans, and again, we start off with grip. I like to go with 2 pulls. You can do more. I just don't recommend doing less. Okay? Because 1 can get you in motion, but certain people have long limbs. So like if I grabbed onto one of your legs, I might not be able to get you to hop if I only do 1. Okay? And that's, again, it's part of what the demonstration that we do in the fundamentals class. If I walk forward 20 steps and walk backwards 20 steps, okay, 90+% of all people will not be in the same spot. We walk backwards less than we walk forward. The distance is not the same. So long limbs, shorter limbs, I don't rely on 1 pull. I need to get you to start to get off your base and off your balance. So I like to go with at least 2. More is better. That's your choice though. You have to play with it and see how much can you get off of each pull, and what kind of reactions take place. Because once you're coming at me, then everything becomes a little bit easier. All right, so let's move to So I came up, okay, and I have that single, okay, and then through here, I pull, okay. All I care about is just a subtle straight line. It doesn't even have to be big, just a little bit of a straight line. Then, as I pull him to me, pull, pull, and then I'm just going to lean forward. I don't even have to jump. I don't have to do hardly anything. Pull, pull, and then I just sink and lean forward. Okay? Just sink and lean forward. His leg is between mine. Pull, pull, sink, and lean forward. Literally that easy. Okay? I don't have to do anything significant with my body or anything else. Just keep my legs pinched, sink, throw my knees to the ground. Okay? The only thing I'm going to do is a little bit different with my right hand. In this instance, when I get a hold of Hans and I pull, 1, 2, get him hopping. Now, as I sink with my legs, my hand is just going to post behind the back of his. Then as we fall, then my hands. So by the time we land, it's like I'm just doing a push-up. That allows me to control my hips. There is a potential for a knee bar at the end of this. It doesn't happen that often in live rolls, but it does happen in that first little, when my hips fall. So to make sure that Hans is fairly safe, when I fall, I keep my hips slightly elevated and don't let my hips just slam home, because his knee will thank me from a it could be deliberate, but in most cases, it's accidental. Okay? It's a tough one to finish. You can sit there and try for it. It's a tough one to finish. So I recommend that when you're doing it competitively, I drop, I put the pressure in place, and then I move on. I just hit and then climb. Hit and then climb. So again, you can practice it just a little bit even without a partner. I'm gonna go here, hold on, pull, pull, sink, and down. Yeah, don't even worry about trying to jump. I don't need to I don't need to go super aggressive into him. Pull, pull, sink, and then my hands, this one's gonna hook behind his leg and just mirror the other one. And that way, it's less stuff for the brain to do. Pat the head, rub the tummy type stuff. Just gonna take down super easy. All right, let's give it a shot.